this.
Well, the California Museum is offering a deeper look into travel during the Jim Crow era.
Big Al Sams is live with a look at this new exhibit.
Al, I saw this article in The Observer, so I'm so excited to go see this exhibit.
Oh my goodness, you need to see this. So I'm gonna throw a little story about my whole experiences.
Okay.
My grandmother had in Chicago an actual green book.
Yeah.
And showed it to me. Of course, I was yay high. I didn't understand. But when I got older, when I got out of college, she showed it to me. So as you know, they had a Michelin guidebook back in the great old days of driving.
Sure.
And where to go, what to do, what to eat. They also had an accompanying green book for the African Americans, because Jim Crow was in full effect, where not to go, what not to do, where not to stay, to be safe. And Amanda has compiled here at the California Museum this entire exhibit that talks about that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so tell me about this. How did you compile all this information?
Well, this is actually a traveling exhibit from the Smithsonian, so I can't take a lot of credit for it. We did add some information about Sacramento Green Book sites. But this was a long time coming. It's so important to know that this existed. I think, our memory in this country is so short. And to realize that it was just, like you were saying, in your grandma's lifetime, that she needed this book in order to be able to travel safely in this country.
Yes, absolutely. So it kind of came back into prominence with the 2018 movie Green Book with Mahershala Ali and Viggo Mortensen, and it was loosely, they used lots of different things from that Green Book to tell the story, and he really had this explained in full detail here.
Right, yeah, so here you can find, the actual history, and what the Green Book tells you is not only, the issues of racism in this country and the dangers, but also the Green Book is showing you that there was a rising African-American middle-class, business class that, had the wherewithal to travel and that to need this book. And then all of the businesses, all of those vibrant businesses that the Green Book was steering travelers toward. And so you can find a lot of those things here, a lot of the artifacts from those businesses. There's we go into the north, like traveling in both the north, south, and to the west. And we've added information here about Sacramento businesses. So yeah, I was interested to learn that there were a number of businesses in Sacramento that were listed in the Green Book. And you kind of think about travel in the South for African Americans being difficult. But you kind of think of California being a place that was, more open, and to some extent it was. But, there were still many places you couldn't go.
Some pieces still linger, even though it's in the West Coast, and to talk about that. So how has the response been as far as showing this type of exhibit for this type of knowledge for a new generation to learn?
Yeah, people, I think, we've gotten great response. The exhibit is really in-depth. You can spend, an hour or more just going through this one exhibit here in the museum. And, we're hearing that people are kind of blown away to learn this history.
Nice. Wow, this is amazing. This is so much imagery and so many things to show. There's some really good things here. I mean, the hairdressing, the nightclub scene, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to know about how things tried to be restrictive, but, you can't hold back progress. You can't hold back something great. And so this really explains the good and the bad of the Green Book right here at the California Museum. Check out everything. Jump on. I'm telling you, Cody and Courtney, this is so educational. It brings back some great, awesome memories. Back to you guys.
My mother just gave me a Green Book that she had growing up in Parsons, Kansas, just about a few months ago. And so, people like to throw around, freedoms and how great this country is now, but this was not that long ago.
Nope.
And I think people need to remember that. All right. Thanks, Al.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Al.
that.
That is definitely a must-see.
Oh, I can't